Hello and welcome. Last week I did that vlog, and this is a follow up to that. I gotten some bulldog clips and some other clips. I went to a store, they didn't cost a lot, and there was three in a bag. Um, I bought these ones because I know what they are, and I bought these ones because they looked interesting, but they don't open super much, but they're super strong. So these will be um, living in my bag. So I felt inspired by the burial mound and the bridge I saw. If you haven't seen the video, link it up there. And I decided to just go at it with acrylics. I got these three colors from Schmincke Academy: Carmine red, turquoise, and Indian yellow. These two are single pigment paints. But the turquoise is a mixture of phthalo blue, phthalo green blue shade, and a little bit of white, and that actually gave me a little bit of problems. I started out, I'm working on this tube of golden Heavybody because the cap is cracked up here. So it dries out, and I'm trying to use it before it goes all bad. It is very heavy body at the moment, and that was a little annoying, so I changed to just Amsterdam Standard Series. I'll give you a speed paint of it after this. So I used my relatively newly acquired doodle book here. It's a sketchbook that I just do things in. That was my test of so flat, and here they are, the paintings I did. I spent more time on this one. That was the burial mound, and I've been painting both of them pretty much from memory because that's the way I like to paint, especially something like this. And so this doesn't exactly look like the actual burial mound I was out at, but I was kind of thinking about how the shadows were and that thing with the trees and the water and the sky in the background. And yeah, the moss is not like it looked on the actual rock. That probably was more something I saw on tree trunks and stuff. But I uh, I didn't want it necessarily to look like the actual place. It was more a mixture of things I had seen that day. So I had seen moss that looked somewhat like that, at least in terms of colors, maybe on some tree trunks and stumps and stuff, and I put it on the rock. I know I have not finished all the trees in the background and stuff because I wasn't interested in doing a super finished painting. I was just kind of painting. And this one is even less finished. I was It's more or less just the underpainting that I was gonna do, and then I was gonna do more details on it. But I had to go. I had something else to do. And when I came back, I actually liked it the way it is, where it's just so loose. Um, because I haven't overworked it. I like that there's some contrast between things here still. I tend to overwork things where everything becomes kind of mid-tone, but I actually like this in just the simplicity of it. So I'll let you see the speed paint, and thank you for watching. I have something else coming up, and so I hope you'll enjoy this. I got something completely different lined up for this week, so please come back. So I got these somewhat primary colors, and the heavy body golden was really thick. And for starters, it started out okay. I'm not super mixing these. I like it when actually when acrylics and oils streak a little bit like you see in the sky there. And I had to add a lot of water to get that golden to work. It's slowly drying up in the tube, and I better hurry up using that. So you might see me use some more acrylics than normal in the next while. The the problem about that turquoise is that there is a bit of white in it, so it can be actually a little difficult to make my darks dark enough. But that was the only type of problem I had with this painting. As you see, I didn't have a sketch. I'm just painting right out of my head, playing around with the colors and having fun. I love how acrylics you just start from from the background, and you just if there's something you don't like, you just paint it over or try again. And so the tree trunks here I didn't do too much about because I knew they were gonna be covered up for a large part. I was just playing around, trying things out. And going at it. So here I'm mixing what I was aiming to. I aimed at it to be about a powder pinkish color for the granite of the rocks here, the boulders. And here where I was starting to mix the shadow colors for the inside was where I started having troubles with it not getting black enough. I overcame it by, yeah, that was about as dark as I could get it. And it was like a Payne's grayish color I got out of that. The way I overcame it was instead of darkening it up with the blue, I darkened it up with the Carmine red instead. Um, there are things I would do different if I did this again. I would probably just take a phthalo blue straight up instead of that turquoise. Yeah, and the white was so thick that it stung in my brush, so that's why I took the palette knife and instead of mixing with my brush. And I'm trying to do some softer transitions with my fingers there instead of the brush. Again, that is to some degree because that white was so thick. It is a Heavybody, so I can't really complain about that. But it's a drying and dying Heavybody. So, and here I just decided to add some moss. It's not, as I said in the intro, the natural moss that was on the rock. It was just some green dots. But I was inspired by the bright yellowish olivey greens that I had seen on other things out there. So there we go. Add some of that. And, I don't know how I developed this thing about just painting with acrylics because I never do it in any other medium really. It is pretty much only in acrylics. I sit down, I have no sketch, I only have a vague idea in my head of what I want to do. But yeah, I guess it doesn't require as much planning because it's so easy to correct things in acrylics. If I'd done this in watercolor, I couldn't have painted over things like I did. Here I'm working at trying another black, and you can see that's way more purple because I added more of the carmine than I did of the other colors. Worked okay. It's a little hard to see sometimes because the paint is shiny. And here's the very quick painting of my idea of the bridge I saw. Um, I remember the water being greenish gray, and I didn't hit the correct color even close. And here I just changed to the other white, the Amsterdam white. And I wasn't quite as structured painting this one. I just kind of did things in a random order as I remembered them. And the colors got even more loose and half mixed. So yeah, almost done. That was just the two paintings that I got out of a whole day travel. I'm not going to pace myself about getting more paintings done maybe later. See y'all.